Tables in Word. To insert a table from scratch, you go to your Insert menu and you choose your table icon. You can then click and drag the number of rows and columns you want. So in this case, I've chosen a table which is 4 columns wide by 5 rows deep. When I release my mouse, it gives me the table. I can then start to insert data in here. So I can maybe put what you put in your table is entirely up to you and depends on what you want to present. I can then perhaps put some numbers in. This might represent revenue earned perhaps, or visitors to a venue. When I get to the bottom of my table, if I want another row, I can simply press my Tab key and it gives me another row. So it doesn't matter if you choose the wrong number of columns and rows at the outset. What you'll see is in my table, my numbers and words have all aligned to the left. Again, you can change any of that. You can change the width of your columns. You can merge rows and columns. So let me just show you, for example, if I highlight the column January, go back to my home menu, I can choose center for that text. If I want to do that for all of the text in the table, I just highlight the whole table and click. Another way to highlight is, can you see my mouse pointer has changed? I'm taking my mouse pointer to near the top of my table and it changes to a black downward pointing arrow. That will allow me to highlight a column. The same happens. I can highlight a whole row, but my mouse pointer is a white cursor. If I want to highlight the whole table, I can just click and drag, or I can click with my black downward headed arrow. If you want to change the width of the columns, Word will always insert the table with even spaced columns. If I take my mouse pointer to near the line between February and March, it gives me a double-headed arrow. I can click, hold my mouse pointer down and drag it. And you'll see what happens is that other columns change. So you can change column widths like that. Let me just put a title in here. The other thing you can do with a table, and you may be representing data within an assignment or within a report, is you can sort your table. So if I highlight my table and I go to this button here on my home menu, I've got a sort button and I click it. It then says to me, how do you want to sort? By venue. So let me say I want to sort by January. It identifies that that is a number field. And do we want it ascending or descending? So ascending will be lowest to highest, descending will be highest to lowest. So if you wanted to show your data so that the highest capacity was at the top, you'd choose the column, it automatically says number, and you'd click descending. And you can see here at the bottom of this pop-out menu, it's automatically got my radio button on the fact that I've got a header row. It recognizes, let me just move this for a minute, it recognizes that this row here is a header. So I click OK, and what you will see is this has now sorted my table by the January column the highest capacity first. And we can tell that because of the way I put these venues in. I put them in order 1, 2, 3, 4.